Okay, let's see. I should give people the URL. Okay, I'm live. That's good. And the URL. Let's move that over. Oh, I don't even have it. Oh, that sucks. Let's see. Here's to switch accounts. Right. Okay. Sorry, everyone. Just getting set up. And that can go on this one. And stream to Zoom. There you go. All right. Now switch back. Goodness. All right. Sorry, everyone. Just getting set up right now. Okay. That's good. We're live. Don't see anybody. Stream health is low. Actually, that's good. Okay. So we're just waiting, and basically it's a continuation off of James's Mana Talk with James. He just had to hurry up and log off, so we're just going ahead and continuing on now. Hey, how's it going, Snark? Oh, wow, that's flood. Yeah, yeah. I just know that there was some more conversation that wanted to occur, so might as well go ahead and finish it up. Yep.
I know what I was wanting to say. I guess I can wait till Rebel gets here. I mean, you know, but what I was gonna say is like, I mean, first of all, I think it's like a kind of a semantics thing, and I could see how there could probably have been some misplaced vitriol with like, oh, she just comes in and goes out, or she maybe did something, spray painted something that was maybe offensive. It could have been. I never thought of it that way. I thought it was cool. But I personally, but it's just my impression. Maybe I don't know the background context enough. But I think that Trump obviously doesn't give a crap. He wants to build the wall, and drill baby drill. That's him. And then Clinton, from as far as I understand, she never really outright condemned it or came out against it. I remember the Humanist Report doing a whole thing about Chelsea Clinton outright refusing to answer somebody's question. There was somebody asking a question about the DAPL, and she just like ignored them, like they didn't exist, and wouldn't just say that she was against it, or she dodged the question. I forgot. Maybe I think she just dodged the question and get this really long run around, thing about how also energy is important, and but she wouldn't be against it, and they weren't against it. So I think that it's important that like one presidential candidate was against it. At least that's cool. Actually going there. We were talking earlier about words, and just it's easy to have words. Actually going there is something. So I think it's easy for people. Maybe the rumors were spread around people by the same people that went around stir up trouble with Trump campaigns. Like they're out there at DAPL, maybe started rumors like, dang, that Jill Stein. When really Jill Stein, out of the three candidates, I don't know. I'm not.
But you do know that there's such a thing as photo ops. Like you just go there to look good, not necessarily support what you're actually, what people are actually out there doing. So the perception of the people who are at Standing Rock, like Amanda, didn't think it was genuine. I think.
Okay. All right. that's fair enough. Yeah, and I wasn't there, so
Yeah.
That's legitimate. That's legitimate. I just I don't know. I don't think that's been proven that was like there's no backdoor, there's no backroom thing. Jill Stein smoking like a cigarette on a stick or whatever it is, and being like, then I'll just go to Devil and I'll look like this heroin and it'll go great for me and $12 grand for me. I don't think like this. That's not conclusive. We don't know the intention. Like almost like an artist, you don't know the intention. And you know, should she have not done it because she was like a step ahead in calculating that she would be perceived as doing a photo op, or you know, maybe being more vocal about it later. I don't know. But yeah, I just I was gonna say that there was no other candidate doing anything or even saying anything about it, and she actually did something. So I feel like that's
Yeah,
positive of itself.
it might be, but what you could end up doing is let the people there protesting support them rather than act like the leader by just showing up. Do you know what I mean by that, Ben? So
True, and I think part of the spray painting thing was also could be seen as the publicity stunt. Part of it too. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't her idea. I don't know. That doesn't necessarily, you know, excuse anybody of anything. Like maybe some of the crappy things Hillary Clinton did in her campaign were her ideas, or some of the choices they made.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just saying. For example, if I was there and I had a campaign where I raised a couple $1,000,000, I would probably pour some money into helping the activists, and that would be more of a support towards them, and not really just kind of be behind the scenes and saying, you know, just doing what you can to help them keep going, to fight it, contact people that are in your party to, if there's anyone who's allied with the Greens, to support, just legislatively, to get Obama to stop it as well. I mean, he didn't do anything until late, and it wasn't anything good.
Yeah, so. Yeah, he said that he was going to stop it, but then it didn't really carry on. Carry through. I feel like the whole thing was the timing of it. Not that the issue isn't important, and that water isn't important, and land and the rights for the tribe there for their land and their water. Of course, that's important, but the timing of it seemed like a big giant distraction. If indeed it was a big giant distraction, towards like WikiLeaks and things, getting that all ramped up, there was a lot of attention. There was a lot of money poured at it. There was a lot of woes and worries and tweets and concerns, and people. I had a friend that lives in China, and he was here on vacation and stopped by Dapple. I mean, a lot of people went. And he lived in China for the last 7 years or 8. I don't know. He's still there. Where was I going? Sorry.
That's right.
Yeah, I felt like he could. If that whole thing was a distraction, and then Jill Stein did a little photo op in that. I mean, like an optics thing. Who's really the dastardly people here? What kind of skill are we talking about? You know, like I really wouldn't put it past them. Oh, that's more media attention for Dapple, so let's get the more stronger, like fervent liberals. Let's get them emotional over here. You know, and they have to be concerned with that right now, and not the developments and the subversion of the WikiLeaks thing that was never actually covered. Remember how it wasn't covered that it wasn't covered?
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, it's, I don't know. Everyone has their own view on what happened with Jill Stein. For me, from my point is, she didn't have to play her role in it the way she did. It didn't really help it anyway. It might have gotten people a little bit more attention towards it.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
My issue with her was that she talked about gotta get 5%, I gotta get 5%, then I can, and before that it was like I gotta get in the debate. So she had this beautiful, eloquent way of arguing that she should be in the debate, and it was amazing. But every time you saw her, she just said the same thing again. And it was like, that's all she talked about, and she was fixated on for months straight, because that was a pretty smart goal to actually be fixated on, but it wasn't going to happen, I guess. And that's the only thing that she said for like 5 weeks, and then after it was like gotta get 5%, gotta get 5%, like a losing strategy, essentially. And like that was my disappointment with her, because that time was precious. There was so much going on for her to do whatever she could have measly done to help Standing Rock, compared to what she could have done if she could have won. She could have won if it would been like, this is the year where America's like, you know what, come on, enough of this. Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump, no. Like that could have been phrased and presented that way, but there was so much chaos, a cacophony of noises and press, and just everything is so chaotic then, you know, and it's just so exhilarating and dramatic and ooh, edge of your seats, kind of like it was. And there's just so much chaotic and so much noise and so much out there that it was hard to sift through everything, and hard to not be like cranked up your heart rate and your everything cranked up, because it was very sensational in itself. The whole thing was very, I don't know. It was a crazy time, like for all of the thought and everything that was happening and developing, and it was so crazy. And but there was also something to be seized there. So my real thing with her was like, dang it, that was a missed opportunity. Like really just be like try to get people to look at anew and be like, you know, this really is the time, and sort of like compel people and do something to articulate, or do something to very moving, make a bunch of moving speeches, not rephrasing the same thing about how she should be in the debates. like there's press time, there's things, and so that was my big thing with her personally.
I don't think 2016 was the time, because I don't think people really understood what the hell was going on yet. And plus, Jill Stein ain't the person to do it. The problem is that there are too many different groups feeling their pain and feeling their specific, you know, group issues. And the hell is that?
Oh, sorry. That's
Oh,
there's a grandfather clock here.
The gong of doom. It was like,
time's up. Good night, everybody.
All of a sudden, I'm hearing AC/DC.
Yeah, exactly. But everybody's having their group pitted against another group, and it's, you know, group identity. And even the gentleman who was on running for governor, he was like, "Oh, those Bernie bros, stop." There needs to be a consensus. Everybody's in here for a reason. Everybody's looking for something. We need to find that common consensus, and that then the honest to God candidates that are going to be honest and sincere. There got to be a couple of them out there, and you know, people that can get people together with the message. And I understand that Bernie got everybody stirred up, but I don't think he's the guy. But there has to be somebody out there that can get everybody together. I don't know who that is yet.
I'm telling you, when Standing Rock, for the most part, there were like several groups. There was Black Lives Matter, there was, you know, the indigenous, of course, and then, you know, it was like working. We were getting this, even though we were there to protect the water, there were other groups that were feeling that bond, but it's when
I remember it too, because that whole focus was on her, and then everything went to shit. I remember what you were talking about.
On her? No, it wasn't for the longest time, up until she came.
No, I'm saying when she did that. I remember when she did that.
Well, it happened, you know, it's like we started out like totally one. We were like one with Mother Nature. We were one with each other. And then all of a sudden, this white group of hippies that treated it like a music festival came in, and it started going to shit then. And then it's like the younger people of the indigenous started seeing that and started going, you know, it was hard to keep that control when that happened, you know, and then it snowballed. And then And then Morton County, you know, got their crap involved, and then, you know, we were starting to try and get people under control so that they would, you know, behave properly.
Right.
And then Jill Stein comes in with her we still don't know what to call it. It was just
so can I interject?
Yeah.
So did she meet and talk with everyone in the group before she made any action?
Yeah, and you know, then there was people that were trying to tell her to calm down, you know, because she was starting to talk like, oh, you know, just, and that's not what we wanted. We wanted peace. We wanted, I mean, hell, we were the ones that told the cops, you know, we love them. You know, we wanted to keep on love. And then she just let that go right out of her head and spray painted that thing. And it was just like, she was such a horrible example to our younger. And there were people yelling at her, stop, you know, because we knew that would get the Morton County on our asses. And it did, you know, because it caused dissension in the group, and it makes me mad, you know. I still think about it.
So after that, what happened with Jill Stein and the group's the leadership at Standing Rock?
I mean, like the elders, or
yeah, I mean, after that act, like there's a meeting before, and Jill Stein kind of went her own way. What happened?
Well, she was like sent on her way, and she didn't have to get arrested right on the spot. She got to go home. Then she had to fly back for her hearing, and then she walked. But the shit stirring that she caused, you know, it's like all the ones that did that, they got immediately arrested.
Right. I have to say, it's incredibly ironic, and I didn't even think about when she did it and what the repercussions were and all of that, because to me, the Green Party has always had that reputation of being too soft. So maybe that's why she did what she did. But when she did what she did, from what you're saying, she wasn't soft enough, which it's like.
So I think that her intention was to bring awareness to that, and her intention was to like do a good thing, to stand up for it. I think. I mean, maybe you could say it was a publicity stunt, but I think that was just a mistake. Maybe not thinking about it, it was an honest mistake potentially.
I think it was probably intentional, because the Green Party has this thing about, oh, we got to be tough, we got to do this, we got to, you know, look like hard asses. I could see where you're coming from with that.
I don't think she anticipated that it was going to be all about her after that, or seem that way. I mean, I think that one thing that might frustrate people like Rebel. One thing that might frustrate people like Rebel is that like the actual disconnect itself, like between like me, or I don't know if you were saying that you had the same disconnect, Dave, where I just saw it one way. Maybe I'm the only one that didn't understand that it was like there was a lot negative that went on with her actually going there. I mean, I would think that like the news was probably trying to like in a lot of places trying to downplay the problem, or like try to, you know, say a bunch of fancy words to support, you know, ultimately, you know, business interests and whatever. But like so I thought, you know.
Yeah. Why wouldn't she think there would be negative press? Yeah. Everything that she does,
because they say no press is bad press. You're bringing
everything she does garners negative press.
She came in like a queen, like, okay, I'm here, you know, and it's like, right. You know, we got elders over here. You need to respect whatever the elders say.
Yeah, I feel like it's like if it was Martin Luther King, and right. During the peaceful protest, and then Jill Stein goes, you know what, you guys aren't doing it right here. And then all hell broke loose. And to that point, I did notice that we didn't really hear it because like the only one who was really filming it was of course Jordan Sheridan when he was at TYT, and it was from his take on it, and we didn't really see the entire strategy, the just the peace, the love, talking to the police officers. We got the spectacle.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought there were a couple other people. I know maybe Emma Vigeland from TYT also, but a couple other people, not huge people, obviously. But I thought a couple.
Okay, I know what I'm going to be doing on Twitter. I'm going to be posting bunches of links.
Yeah, and so we as watchers of it, we got the spectacle part. We didn't get the how things were going beforehand. We were watching the stuff where everyone was getting water sprayed, water bombed, whatever. Yeah, and we didn't see all the momentum that was happening before all that occurred.
I saw a couple of things where people were just sitting down and talking to each other and all of that, but it wasn't much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, of course, that's not like very newsworthy. Hey, there's a protest going on, and then a lot of people are coming in, and then all of a sudden you've got the guy brandishing a gun, and you got the Jill Stein, you've got just a whole bunch of people just kind of just breaking the spirit, I guess you could say, right?
Well, you had the girl who had her elbow blown off with the air cannon. Now, I don't know at that point what happened, or if anyone really, instigated anything, or if that was just completely, blown out of proportion and the cops were completely wrong, or they had a little bit. I have no idea.
No, she was just standing there.
Okay.
Yeah, she was like maybe I want to say 30 feet from me. I'm looking off to the left because that's.
Did you actually know her?
Not know her, but she was a sweetheart. There's times that I get thrown back into it and I have to just force myself to not stay too deep.
Actually, I don't think that's what should happen. I think what should happen right now, this because of all the stuff that happened with Jill Stein, with Jordan Sheridan, with the Michael, what's his name, the police officer from Baltimore.
Oh, yeah.
Is to go back. Someone needs to go back, interview people that were at Standing Rock, and give us the picture of what it was like on the ground and what was portrayed in media from TYT as opposed to what actually happened. Because
there's tons of video footage that that the water protectors themselves took.
Okay.
I wonder if anybody's doing a documentary.
There's a very good documentary. I'll post that in Twitter, and I'll make sure and tag all of you.
Okay. Do you know who made it? Who made the documentary?
Yeah, now my head is all screwed up. Let me forget his real name.
So I think the idea of like, a tree falling in the woods, I mean, that's the shame of like, that's the potential sad thing. Sometimes, not everything gets the attention it needs to people to care about it, or like for it to, for something to be done or anything to be even attempted to be done at all about it. Like the whole tree falling in the woods thing. That's what anything could be, any kind of, local environmental, conundrum or whatever it is. So mismanagement with our agriculture. I mean, Jeez, I'm losing my train of thought again. Apologies.
So, Rebel, how much do you hate Obama in regards to this whole thing? Because, you know, he was like the savior. He was going to, you know, save Standing Rock at the end.
You want
I just,
total candid truth, or do you want water?
Yeah,
I want the honest to God, you know, 4 o'clock in the morning truth.
Do you?
I never, ever, ever use this term, but he is nothing but an establishment nigger that I fucking hate. He is an establishment nigger, and I mean it at that disgusting level, because he wants to be, and it's just I hate him, you know, and I don't usually hate, and I hate having hate, you know, and it's.
Did you vote for him in 2008, 2012? Twice?
I voted for him.
And I just like it just, you know, when you're telling him go over to the bridge, they're still drilling. You're telling us that it stopped, you know, go home, you're okay. No, it's not okay. Go over to the bridge. And he fucking ignored it and went off. And then he went and approved the offshore drilling, you know, the next day, you know, when he got back to the White House, you know. So it's like, you lied. And then what was worse is David Archambault, the chief that was with him, he turned on his own people, and he wanted everybody to go home, and he got paid off, you know. And
I would never use that term, but I think that he is a liar and a criminal, and, you know, he's just as bad, if not worse, than Hillary. So, and people trusted him because of his speaking style.
Oh God, I don't mean it romantically, but man, I was in love with him, because
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he had the hope and change.
Okay.
He had the promises. He had the people's trust, and that's the thing.
He's a black person. He's never gonna. He's gonna be there now. He knows what it's like, and now we got somebody that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I wanted to go back and say something about what I was trying to say, because it's kind of subtle, and that's why I kind of forgot. It's just that that maybe there's a lot of trees falling in the woods, like whether it's pipelines, not just the DAPL one. Like, that's not. I don't mean to be insensitive about the DAPL one, and but I think that there are so many other instances and cases, like just like the Flint is the one case about water, but there are so many other ones. So I worry about the trees falling in the woods. It's kind of like the Me Too movement. Like, the most important thing is that, you know, from the top to the bottom, the people, you know, more are able to, you know, get help and get justice. And so it's about improving the systems. And for me, like, system-wide, you know, the pipelines being something us doing better. And then, you know, whether it's greener energies or repairing, upkeeping them, or taxing them, or however, yeah, and just that kind of justice is a big issue for me. So when, you know, when I feel like, okay, DAPL and that pipeline is so important, I also always remember the other thing that, like, well, yeah, this is just the one that right now that we're hearing. So that's why I guess I had that crazy theory, probably not true, but anyway, about the DAPL being a giant distraction. But, and I also want to say, like, before you think about, another thing to say is just like about Jill Stein making it about her. Well, in another way, stepping back in a similar way, couldn't you say that white people were making it about them? Like entirely, like the whole thing, like going there and making that about them in some way. I don't know. I'm sure there's a bunch of really, really good ones and ones that were wanting to work with the native communities, let them lead it and stuff. But then there were other ones that, you know, I guess that's really shame on Jill Stein if she's making it a publicity op, even with along the line of thinking that I'm even saying myself.
See, that's the about what you just said. Let them lead it. No, they needed to let the elders lead them. You don't go into somebody's home and then start doing shit that you don't have permission to do. That is their home. And it's like, you don't take over leadership. You go to the leadership. They already have it. They don't need any different leadership. And that's what...
No, I get it.
I'm sorry, I try not to go here. This is my dark...
Well, I'm gonna ask the question. You know, you have Jill Stein, who is in the small party, who is in the like a minority, I guess, and she comes in and just, in your opinion, just ruins everything and tries to take over and whatever. And then you have Barack Obama, who is the president of the United States, who is a minority, and in a group that has been oppressed. So you would think, okay, he's going to understand and, you know, help us out. And he said he was going to, and he betrayed that group. So I get it.
He didn't even help his black people. My God, how many black people got beat up and killed under his fucking watch? And you know, I'm sorry.
How many people did he drown? How many people did he drown? You know, I mean, how many kids did he drown? I know.
Did you know that all he had to do was one job, and that was sign what do you call it, an executive order?
Yep.
That would make the head of the DOJ get all the departments nationally in line and get the corrupt cops fired, whatever it took. That's all it took. By law, we petitioned him. We actually petitioned him to do that executive order to get the DOJ to take care of their own pieces of shit.
What was his response to it?
He didn't even answer. No matter how many times we asked him, why are you ignoring us? He never said a word.
And you'll see that everywhere, where you ask people who have the influence, who have the power, they just ignore it because it doesn't benefit them. How's it going, Paul?
Hey.
You're muted. I'm gonna ask to unmute. There you go.
Oh, I feel better though.
Yeah, you're still mute. You're still muted, Paul. There you go.
You got one job, do it. That's you know, she's right. You got one job, do it, right?
Be a fucking president.
Exactly.
I just got a bad taste for politicians now. You know, it's just.
Well, that's kind of why I wanted to chime in really quick, because
okay,
you know, I was trying to do a video earlier, but the video's not going through YouTube right. Here's the problem. We got this guy. Let me go back to this.
Can you mute your YouTube stream? Or make it lower? We're just getting feedback.
Yeah, hold on. Let me turn on my mic. or my speaker.
Ooh, ooh, ooh,
How's
ooh.
that better?
Sorry.
No, this guy's name is Brandon DeGraff, and all he does in this whole video is cut down Sam Ronan. And he starts off the video with, "I'm trying to sell a book." And then he just continues the entire video for like 5 minutes.
Oh,
Like, Sam's a prick, Sam's a sellout, Sam's this, that, or the other. And I just want to reach to the screen and choke this little prick. Like you don't even know.
if you vote for me, I will create a screen in which you can reach through the.
If you buy my book, oh. Anyways, that's pretty much it for me right now. I'll step back from there.
Paul Chapman, everybody. But anybody who's like got anything to say and like buy my book, is like whatever. Yeah. unless you're actually giving information, you know.
Yeah, no, he ain't though. That's the whole point. He literally starts the whole interview off with, "My book is available. Sam Ronan's a fake. He's a liar. He's a piece of shit." You know, whatever you want to go. I mean, it's only a 5 minute. It's not even a whole 5 minutes. And the first thing he does, like right off the bat, is go, "Sam's fake. He's a coward. He's like a traitor. He's this. He's that. He's the other. But buy my book."
Is he hanging out with Jill Stein and Putin?
I don't know who he's hanging out with, but I suggest he puts down the bong. Because it's clearly smoking something that ain't working. Everything the guy says in this entire video is like, okay, he doesn't support this, he don't support that, he doesn't support this, he don't support that. And then you go to Sam's website and write down the damn list. He supports every bit of everything that this guy is claiming that Sam doesn't support. I'm like, oh my God, what is wrong with you? But you know what the problem I have is, some people are going to believe this shit. So anyways, you guys go ahead. I just had to get that in.
And maybe we'll invite the guy, promote his book.
Yeah, buy his book. Buy his book. You know, it's only like, you know, probably $5 or something.
Hey, I tell you what.
Then, you know,
Where is it?
I'll bring him on.
Really?
I'll bring him on, and then I'll bring you or Sam on. How's that?
Yeah, let's see if he says it to you guys' faces.
Yeah.
Oh, he won't. He won't. He's a coward.
Yeah.
I thought Sam was the coward. Oh, I'm just playing.
Yeah, no, that's what this guy says. He says Sam's a coward. This guy didn't join the service. This guy doesn't serve his country. No, he wants to do graphic designing and do writing books for you know, for money. So Sam's the coward.
Yeah.
How does that work exactly? Anybody want to explain that shit to me?
Oh, it's the thing that they say. They pretty much accuse the other person of exactly what they are.
Yeah.
That's their strategy. That's how they do it.
Sam Ronan's a coward. Well, coming on now is Sam. Oh shit!
Yeah, Sam Ronan won't be at your house in 5 minutes with a goddamn RPG, but don't worry about it.
I don't mean to laugh, but you remind me of me. Sometimes it's like an accident waiting for a place to happen.
Yeah, I am. I'm always an accident waiting to happen.
That should be your campaign slogan.
Not a question on that one.
Paul Chapman, accident waiting to happen.
There you go.
I feel
That's going to be my campaign slogan when I run in Illinois against Rahm Emanuel.
Oh,
I feel
God.
sorry for my house because I'm constantly bumping into it or smashing my head on something or I tried walking through the glass slider door out back earlier. I just went
I see you laughing about over there, Rosie. I
Paul,
think my wife's laughing at you there.
if you beat Rahm Emanuel, God help me.
Dude,
I'll
I
have
would
to-
beat
I'll
him
have
with
to
a
kiss
stick.
you.
Even though I can't beat him in an election, I would still beat him with a stick. That guy sucks.
Jesus Christ. Even Obama was like, Jesus Christ, he's corrupt.
Yeah, and he only ran out of bombs twice. It's gotta be shitty when the mayor of Chicago is like, shit, the president's out of bombs. Now what are we gonna do?
Well, we either run out of bombs or we run out of enemies.
No, we're never gonna run out of enemies because we just keep making them up.
Yeah, I know. That's why we run out of bombs.
What was,
Exactly.
what was
Because
that
we
fake
keep making enemies.
what was that fake country that there was a fake country they made up?
Crotchistan.
Crotches.
That'll be the next one.
Oh, what the hell with what's her face? Yeah, somebody made up a fake country. She was like, "Yeah, we hate those guys."
What was it? What was the one with the guy from that movie though? The guy with the curly hair. Kazakhstan or some weird shit.
I don't know.
Oh come on, you guys gotta remember that movie.
Hold on.
Can't remember.
All right, I'll remember it eventually because
I don't gotta remember shit, man. I have a hard
No,
time remembering what I
eventually
had for
remember.
breakfast.
it was the guy with the curly hair. He does a lot of different movies, but he was like supposed to be like an ambassador or some crap.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Borat.
Borat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Borat. There you go.
I'm trying to.
That's what we're doing. We're bombing all those countries.
I'm trying to remember his real name. He's a good actor. Anyway.
Google it in 3 seconds.
What the hell was it? Yeah. But yeah, Russian pranksters fooled Nikki Haley about what was the name of the friggin' country? Oh, Bonomo.
The entire Trump administration. And
It was Bonomo. She was like, "Yeah, I hate that country."
you guys are morons.
Bonomo.
You could probably fool the entire Trump administration into trying to bomb Mars in probably 30 minutes if you just said Hillary Clinton has a secret base on Mars and she's going to rig the election from there. They'll blow the whole fucking planet up.
Sacha Baron Cohen, by the way.
There you go.
And he is a good actor.
Yes.
The only one freaked Ryan Seacrest out when he like dumped ashes on him during the Grammys or whatever it was.
Yeah, I feel Capitan there is pulling his arms back like I did before, so he's been moving some stuff. Trying to stretch them arms out and get the muscles moving again, right?
Yeah. Well, I've been sitting in the car.
Holy crap, what happened to me? I was perfectly fine a week ago.
The whole media problem is crazy because not just a media problem, media in government because you can't media, especially like indie media, can't really get in to these press conferences in government. It's only special. You
Oh
have to get
yeah,
it authorized,
you gotta
right?
have a special pass.
Yeah. And since when did that ever happen in the First Amendment? That shouldn't be happening. I mean, anyone that
No,
that
it shouldn't, but it does.
yeah.
So you're right about that. It's like if you're Jake Tapper, you get the Tapper.
Yeah.
But if you're Paul Chapman, you don't get Dick. You get to talk to nobody.
Yeah.
Oh,
If
thanks a lot. I'm a
Evan,
nomad.
if
Okay.
you're Evan, you don't get to say nothing to nobody.
There's that girl that got removed from I guess it was West Virginia courthouse, and I think that those kind of things. The guy earlier was mentioning some. I think he said he was maybe Chinese candidate, and he was like saying like this guy was. I think he said sideline was the nice word he used for it, and so it's like I think that's a good sign. Somebody's sidelined. Like that's like a for me that's like I turn my like I'm gonna go follow that person on Twitter. For me, that's a badge of like a lot of people do that with people getting banned or people blocking them on Twitter. It's like a badge of armor in a way. But yeah, I
That's a
guess
bad
gotta roll with it. Maybe roll with it. Roll with the punches. Like, look, hey, we're the outcasts. We're this, we're the
rogue media.
let us into the debates. So hey, we gotta do this, and then like kind of play that card.
We're the rogue media. If getting banned is a good sign, hell, I'm well on my way to CNN.
Last year, I could have interviewed Lissa Lucas last year, but I just didn't get to get to her last August. I just contacted her again. Lissa Lucas is the one who tried to name people who are basically getting paid off by the oil and gas industry in West Virginia, and she was hauled off the stage. I figure at some point, especially once the buzz dies down, that Red and I, or Red or me, we will talk to Lissa Lucas at some point, because she's been on my radar for a really long time. And she did get a lot of press for that, but she's running for a House seat in West Virginia. Now, people might think that that's a publicity stunt. I don't think so. I don't think so.
She didn't get a lot of press for that because she got a lot.
No, I'm saying she's getting press for it now, but I don't think that she's going to get a ton of press in West Virginia, not TV press, because they don't want her in, because she's speaking truth. They don't want her in. I'm telling you, she's not getting press, really. She's getting a little bit off the internet, like through Jimmy Dore, and she'll get it, through guys like us and Red. But you really think she's going to get on local news stations?
Dave, send me her information through email, and I will do my best to do an interview with her so that I can at least try and put her out there. Because you know what? The people that are getting screwed by the so-called actual media are the ones that need the most attention. So send me her information. I will call her tomorrow.
But it's funny how Twitter's the alternative, and it was the alternative with WikiLeaks when it came out. Like I probably wouldn't have known about WikiLeaks if it wasn't for Twitter. Twitter's this like place that seems the things sift through the cracks or slip through the cracks, and like it's kind of like non-mainstream news place, but it's also owned by the same people who own the whole spectrum of news that had this angle about the election. So it's kind of funny how it works like that. It functions like that, but it's also we know who owns it. We know who its owners are.
So hold on, Ben. Paul, did you go to Mobilize 88 last year? I don't know if they're going to have another one this year or not.
No, I didn't.
I have a feeling she might be there.
Is it going to be in Chicago?
No, I think it was in West Virginia somewhere.
Well, that's a little far from Chicago, man.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying.
That's a long walk, dude.
All right, guys, I'm gonna log off. You guys can keep going. I just want to get another rest session going. I'm gonna have a long day today.
His wife's probably gonna make him pack up all these cabinets and move them on his own. He just don't want to tell you that.
Don't break all that crap.
All right.
You break
He's
one
gonna
little
move
dish,
all
and
that
it's
shit, and he's
over.
gonna break his collarbone just like my wife made me do.
Oh, Jesus.
I brought all the crap in the house and I went to put it up, and I literally snapped my collarbone trying to put it up. That's exactly what's gonna happen to him.
You're still breathing and living.
Yes, unfortunately. Oh wait, I should say fortunately, right? She's still listening. Anyway,
I appreciate all of you guys. I appreciate all you guys just because whenever I was just sitting back like a half an hour ago or whatever, just like kind of trying to lay back a little bit, and I was just like, man, these people all really care. And so I mean, it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to recognize the things in yourself. Like, yeah, it's sometimes hard. It's hard to. Some people don't deal with that well, you know. And like, because at least in my way of perceiving things, I feel like there's some people who really are really, let's say, confident and they really talk a lot about themselves, have no problem with that. And there's a whole lot of other people who like give themselves, or maybe they give themselves a lot of benefit of the doubt. They kind of like always kind of roll it. And there's some other people who give themselves a hard time all the time. And I'm not saying you guys are those kind of people. I'm just saying those kind of people are abundant. And they're good. And then they're good, good people usually, I think. But anyway, like, yeah, so I just appreciate though you guys, and just even if I don't agree with everything, just about, and I don't mean sound cheesy, but yeah, I just appreciate like the sincerity that I see with everybody, like just caring. Yeah.
Well, I know I'm entirely full of shit, but I just want to say I can tell by looking at Dave more than everyone. He's definitely invested, so I definitely appreciate him. Everybody else here is good, but Dave looks more serious than like all of us put together, so I want to definitely, give him a heads up on that one. Give it up for Dave. And then, everybody else.
Serious, Dave.
But no, seriously, I mean, like I said, I am serious, but I'm not serious. You know what I mean? I'm like, I care about all this stuff so much, but on the other hand, I'm just like, I don't know if I can even deal with this crap anymore. It drives me nuts some days.
Mm-hmm.
So I just hope you all learn to take this shit with a grain of salt like I do, because it's, one day it's like, holy fuck, really? Did they just do that? And then on another day, it's like, all right, I can get past that. Like $678 billion military budget, let's give them an $80 billion tip too. What can you do about that? It just blows your damn mind. But we all got to fight back against this stuff. I mean, we got to stick together.
Yep.
That's all I'm getting at. So
y'all are just stuck with me, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, it's like, what are you gonna do?
No, I gotta go to bed.
No.
I'm getting new siding tomorrow. They tore off the old siding today, so there's going to be a lot of pounding in 4 hours.
Oh, yuck.
A lot of pounding in the morning.
Yeah.
That sounds like your old lady's getting up early.
I'm a widower, but she's they're going to be using staple guns tomorrow morning.
Oh, so it's not your wife?
No.
I thought you were getting raped in the morning.
His wife is deceased.
Oh, I'm sorry, brother.
That's no problem. You wouldn't know.
It just sounded like you were gonna get raped or something.
Yeah, no. We had a hailstorm, $24,000 damage.
Holy shit!
6,000 houses. It happened last spring. They're just getting
Oh,
this now.
no climate change problems though, right?
No. Softball-sized hail.
Yeah. So see, no, that's perfectly normal.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that I could stay up another hour, but I know that pretty soon I'm going to hear.
This morning, I was like, who did this to me? Who like ate a lot of food late last night? Made my stomach feel bad. Who did this to me? Who made me like stayed up late and made me just tired? And I was just saying that sarcastically to my wife. Because it was me.
Okay. All right.
It's like smoking cigarettes. Are you the victim, or are you the victimizer, or are you the victim?
All right, I gotta go.
Okay. Good night.
Yeah, don't bring up cigarettes now. He wants to go smoke.
Yeah, that never goes away. That never goes away, I don't think.
No, that's true. It doesn't. All right, Dave. You have a good one, man. I'll talk to y'all later.
Peace.
See.
Okay. Can I just kill that? No, I didn't. There we go.
You can do it, champ.
All right. So I did it. Yeah, it's still not going. There we go. Now I found the right.
Well, there's a lot of time. So we were just talking to a guy from the Green Party, but your candidate or your guy you working with, Sam, is he's running as he's running as Republican though. I forget. Yeah, Republican.
I don't care. It really doesn't matter.
Well, I like that about the guy that we were just talking to, Christopher. He was saying about everybody getting into the debate. Then like everybody be able to hash out their issues for the final competition or whatever they would get. Maybe they would split the Green Party vote, but they would all have their ideas out there. I think that's like along the idea of like not worrying about party. It's just like, here's these ideas. And the Green Party's worried about party. He's worried about ideas. I like that in him.
Yeah, I didn't really get to talk to him, but it's more about for me getting a consensus and getting everybody together, and what can we agree on that we don't like about what's currently going on. What can we agree on? Let's not worry about what we disagree on right this second. Let's work on what we can take care of. And then,
Yeah,
I mean, that's the only way you're going to break up.
Find a way that smaller government would be good. Can Republicans find a way that, like, I don't know, what's the Democratic issue of the day? Like maybe minimum wage and corporations aren't people. I don't know. Like could these sides, maybe could the Republicans give an inch on the guns? I mean, so like, but I'm just saying, like if like that, yeah.
No, why would anybody in power give an inch on anything? They don't have to. That's the point, though.
There'd be positive things. Those would be positive things that most people would probably agree on.
Okay. Hi, Amanda.
I know, it's like
saving money is good. Like if it's some smaller government could be good. Not not full scale, lawlessness and anarchy. Not anarchy, or not even that libertarianism is anarchy, but just not I don't like believe in just like this free market kind of a thing, like the natures of let everything go, just be whatever forces, and it'll all work itself out and trickle. Like it's almost like the trickle down economics thing was like libertarian, like it'll all just work out. It's cut. I don't know, maybe not.
Okay.
Well, I think that's what libertarian is, right? Like, isn't libertarian like small government? I don't know.
Libertarian is as little government as possible. Really.
Mm-hmm.
But also the idea that people will do the right thing inherently, or like innately, on their own, without government.
Well, then They have a really weird way of showing that, though.
The problem with libertarianism, that as we know it now, is that people call themselves libertarians, but they're not really libertarians because they want government limited in the ways that they want it to be limited. They,
Yeah.
you know, they don't want defense spending to be cut at all, but they want, you know, federal programs to be cut, Head Start and that kind of stuff. So, you know, I don't believe mostly in libertarianism the way that it's being presented. I mean, the people who were Tea Party people were trying to say that they were libertarians. They weren't. They're not. They're just not.
I think there's probably some overlap, like the Venn diagram of it all.
Yeah.
They have, like, share some qualities or something.
Well, libertarians share qualities with the left too, and you know, the social programs and you know, legalizing marijuana and you know, keeping people out of the bedroom, and you know, gay rights and things like that. But again, you know, personally, I am moving more towards self-government is the best. Self-governing is the best, and people need to take more responsibility and get more involved in what they want and what they need, because it's the only way that they're going to get it. And you can't just go to your local representative and ask for these things, because government has no incentive to give you, you know, college loan forgiveness. They have no incentive to give you, you know, better health care. They have no incentive on doing these things. They don't. You know, I don't know how you're going to get that kind of stuff, but I sure as hell know that the system is not going, it's not designed to help the mass population, or else we would have all the stuff that we've been asking for.
I mean,
including clean water.
The Constitution gives us something, which is
okay.
Okay. I mean, it's very dear. It's very dear because it can be lost.
It already has been.
Right, but what I'm saying is, like, not just that, but like the social works thing, Social Security, which Bush cut from, and other people have cut from, taken from. That's something that they give you know, for the people. I mean, there's other ways to go to.
Look,
possibilities.
I understand that you know that you want to believe in the system. I don't believe in the system anymore, because I don't believe that the higher ups in government are they're not following the Constitution. They're not following their own rules right now. They're not. So, you know, I mean, just a simple fact, you know, the executive order, you're bypassing everything. You're just saying, okay, I'm going to place an executive order. Personally, I don't like the idea of the executive order, because you're bypassing everything else. It's just executive. You're bypassing the other branch, the legislative branch. You know, I understand the judicial branch wouldn't have anything, but you're bypassing the legislative branch, and the executive branch, you know, it can go, okay, I'm putting an executive order down. This is going to happen. That's why DACA. That's why DACA.
Is going to override executive order, like through the Justice Department or the Congress, like getting some out.
It's very difficult. It's very difficult. Well, you notice, I mean, the executive order on the immigration, or the you know, deportation. I mean, that,
yeah,
they, you know, they did block some of that. But you still have people being deported right now. So, hi Amanda, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm looking up one more thing for Standing Rock.
Okay.
There was something I was going to say and I can't remember.
I had something else on my little list too. I can't remember either. Like I was gonna say about when you what just in response to Dave. But, yeah.
Say what?
I forgot.
Oh.
It was the National Endowment of the Arts, but then he started saying, I don't know what they've ever given us. They're not gonna, they have no reason to do anything. You know, and there were Pell Grants. There was the National Endowment for the Arts. I don't know, but I'm thinking in my own way. So now I try to start to step back because, and then he started talking about like, you know, giving us, I started thinking about something more sustenance or substantial, like practical or whatever day-to-day importance. And like, so that's why I cited the public works thing, Social Security, Constitution. But yeah, all those types of things I'd say are things that we have and that are being given to us, and we can hope for more, and there are more that I'm failing to mention. It's not all negative. It's not all positive for sure either. I like what Eduardo Galeano said about it. He's like, I feel like I don't trust full-time optimists. He said, there's a short version.
Boy, it's amazing how you know, just looking up and trying to find Standing Rock things, and I'm seeing pictures, and it's like it's amazing how hard it is to look at it. Because, you know, even though there's pain involved, there's also my heart belongs there. I still want to be back there.
Is there anything in Washington State that you know?
Yeah, there's gonna be a
not just about indigenous issues, but maybe even just like environmental issues. I don't know if you care about that. I mean, you care about also as well.
There is gonna be a mini Standing Rock in Tacoma and Puyallup, and I'm definitely going. I'm gonna be packing up and head.
If we could keep those dang green parties and those unpeaceful Jill Stein out of there, then it should go okay. Like,
oh yeah,
right. It's rascally, pesky, Ferris Bueller, Jill Stein people can't crash the party. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to make light of it a little bit. Just like I'm not trying to.
No, it's good that you do that because I know tonight I went way too dark. I try not to let my head go too dark anymore. Because it's scary when I get that depressed.
I guess I try to put it in in perspective. And when I say that, I mean in proportion. Look at it in proportion to something else. It makes you feel better, or like related to other experiences or other people, and like think about that I'm not alone in that experience, or that other people have that experience, or that there are other things as well, other cases as well, that you could still be, that you can, you know, direct that passion towards, that are, you know, of the like kind, you know, other causes.
I just like
not just other causes, but similar causes, right?
Oh my God, if I saw her walking, I would be running up to her and go, oh no, you don't.
You should know, you should do is run up to her and be like, listen, I have to talk to you. I really have something important I need you to hear, like, before you do anything. Try to reason with people.
I'd tell her to go home.
That sounds standoffish. Or like, you know, like that would be like, that's not dialogue. That's not dialogue. I don't know what that is. I think you would love to have dialogue with her. So I know I think. Wouldn't you? I mean, I would. I'd love to have dialogue.
Who are we talking about?
Jill
Oh,
Stein.
you can go ahead and have that dialogue.
Look, I spoke with Jill Stein. I actually was in a conference, and I was able to tell her and a group of people that I had just been exited, and it was like a rush and all that. But I didn't even think about the whole Standing Rock thing. I can see how that would be offensive. I can see how it's offensive. I didn't even think about it at the time. I'll be honest with you. And I don't know if she thought about it at the time or if it was like a conscious thing. But I can see how that would be offensive. That you're saying that you're going to run, and that you are sensitive to people's issues, and you don't recognize their culture.
It's
and you
like
just blow through and you do whatever the hell you want.
It's like, how can you say you can control a country, but you cannot even control one behavior of yours? It just.
Well, but I think that you think that she could control the police or that she could control the situation. I think the situation was too big and too emotional and everything. Not anyone specifically, but it was too. Generally, it was too much forces going on. I think it's Jill Stein. Even if she wanted to like rectify it after it happened, so before she probably didn't mean it, and then after meaning for it to go that way, maybe she took a risk or she compromised. She should have thought about that and shouldn't have even took any risks to potentially compromise what was going on or where in some way, even though maybe she wanted to shine light to it more and get more press for them. Like, what was I trying to say?
Well, she was warned that we were trying to get the people under control. Please don't start a riot, because we were having internal issues, and it didn't help. And you had to make a conscious effort to just disrespect and do whatever the hell you wanted.
You don't think she was playing?
It was unforeseen, and then afterwards, I think that even despite all her powers or best efforts, I don't think she would have been able to do anything to rectify it. Is what I'm saying. It's beyond.
Mm-hmm. You don't think she was planted there to start shit? You just think that. I can't really see that. I can't
see that, but that's what she did. Inadvertent, not in on one. What word do I want to use? That's the end result.
She wasn't thinking of the people involved in the hierarchy involved in that small community. She was thinking of her own advertisement or her own campaign, and how to
kind of projecting that though. I mean,
I'm just asking
that, and like you can't control forces, you can't control social media, rumors, and little things.
Can you let him finish?
Maybe there are forces out there that were controlling that were getting rumors or getting people pissed at her. Like, I mean, honestly, it's just for me, it just seemed backwards as soon as we start talking about this. And I've already told you that, like, I think how I think about it, but like it seemed backwards from when we start talking about it because it's like she was there, wanted to do something. She was the one person that like maybe cared and wanted to do something about it, and then everybody's vitriol and anger is directed towards her. It seems backwards to me, like that she would be the last person that you should be angry with when it comes to the whole matter. But I mean, I don't know. I mean,
you weren't there, Ben.
Yeah, sure.
I get Rebel's point of view. I get your point of view too. You want to defend her, and
I don't. I'm not a Jill Stein person. That's what you should know about me. I'm not like a Jill Stein person. I'm not a Democrat Republican. But I'm not like a Green Party person, really. I just support anybody with it too.
Amanda, honestly, I voted for Jill Stein for president, but I didn't think of this bit here. I didn't think.
I'm okay with that.
No, but who the hell was I going to vote for? You know, I couldn't vote for Hillary. I couldn't vote for Trump. And I thought about voting for Gary Johnson, and no. I just
We
couldn't do
didn't
that.
have anybody really.
But Jill was the best. Jill was the best that I could think of. But
if she'd been more strategical, actually, ironically, she would have been like, "Oh, we got to stay there for several days and try to glorify and venerate the elders or whatever." I mean, like, but I think that'd be like more exacting and calculating. I don't know. It just was, maybe it wasn't the best well thought out thing. I don't know. Like, yeah. I said my real problem with her anyway. My real problem with her is more about other campaign things.
Hey, you're sitting there sounding apologetic for voting for her. I'm the one that voted for fucking Clinton, so.
my problem with politicians in the first place is that they don't give a shit about the people that they're supposed to be representing. For the most part, they care more about getting the job and keeping the job than what their job is, which is serving the people that live in the place that they're supposed to be having their their post at, whether it be president of the United States or presidents of the United States or governor of California or whatever. You're supposed to be serving the people that live in the area that you friggin' are running. So I don't know of politicians who really care about that, who are not politicians but who are civil servants, and this current political structure doesn't support civil servants. It just doesn't. It supports the people who are the oligarchs.
There's a lot of opportunity right now for somebody who does do it right. So I really like the guy we were talking with earlier. And a lot of these people are pretty cool. They're pretty inspiring. Privileged to be able to talk to some of them, obviously, or myself, or it's like kind of really cool.
Well, I don't think some of these guys don't know. I will be interviewing Angelica Earl, who's running for a Missouri office. I will be talking to her next Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you guys can catch it. I don't know if I'm going to be live streaming it. I might even tape it, so don't freak out if you don't see it. I'm trying to work out my OBS, so we'll see. For some reason, I've seen Angelica Earl, people doing interviews with her, and for some reason, a couple of people have had issues with their video. So I don't know if the man is trying to keep her message down.
Travel in person. Let's do a GoFundMe for a plane ticket. Why not? But I really enjoyed the guy from Texas. I really enjoyed the guy Ebon interviewed. That was amazing. I highly recommend it for anybody that is it Shiva?
Shiva, Dr. Shiva, yeah. I missed him twice.
Dude, watch that. That's really great.
No, I've seen it.
There's a lot of inspiring people. So don't say that there's no politicians. I mean, I guess they got to get elected first, and then they got to continue to be for the people after. So it's a couple of ifs. But no, then there's other people out there we don't know about.
Show me somebody that. I mean, I know there are people out there. Gail McLaughlin. Hopefully I'm gonna get to interview her. I know she's a good. I know there are some people here and there, but very few. It really. I don't see it. I just don't see the structure supporting civil servants. There are a few, I will say that, but in general, you can't tell me that a Dianne Feinstein or frickin' Ted Cruz or Paul Ryan or you know, friggin' Elizabeth Warren or any of these people. They don't inspire me at all.
Hey, Dave, why don't you
Yes.
start a good civil servants party? The good civil servants party. By Dave.
Because I don't have the time or the energy to do it.
It has your name on it. You have to do it.
I am
By Dave.
I am working with a few groups already, so you know we'll see.
But that's a good point, man. That's a great point. It's a great point. The civil servants, there's not that many good civil servants. Doesn't facilitate it. That's like what that guy Christopher was talking about, and about the people who are running actually in California are going to be governor. They're just wanting to be eyes on the prize on the president or something at some point. They're looking at that. There's that's not being a good civil servant probably. But you know, when you point it out so clearly, it's like it seems obvious. Like, well, people are probably tired of that, and so like in light of that, in light of just how fed up and tired people don't even know they are about all this, you know, these politicians and stuff, right? That sounds super cliche, but yeah, if there was somebody who was like had the good civil servant model, and a couple people like that, you know, they got sort of a low bar for them right now, and there's so much room, opportunity for, I think for that kind of people or person or campaign or you know, whatever it is, man, you gotta look on the bright side a little bit too. That's me saying this, you know, it's like that because I'm typically pessimistic or something, but I don't know, but like there's a lot of opportunity right now for somebody to do it right. I mean, what's so hard about it? All you gotta do is just continue to fight for what you believe in, and then like just keep on doing that, and like, you know, like
what's so hard with that?
It's gonna be hard anyway. It's gonna be hard kissing butt all day and like sweating to run and do what you're supposed to do, like with no, or with like not as much foolishness or independence as you'd think, being in the position. I mean, that's gonna be hard too. Like running around doing all that slimy work, like that's hard work too. Why not do hard work of stand up for what you believe in more, and like, you know, and so anybody does that, it'll probably get its own attention, non-publicity stunt wise. You know, there's something positive, some hope, if there's not already people that are hopeful in that way or in these kind of ways, similar ways, right now, because there probably are. I'm just not really aware of anybody in office right now that I can be like, look what they're doing, you know, look what they're doing, look what they're you know, they're standing for what they said they were going to stand for. It's crazy. This is unbelievable, incredible. So I'm looking forward to a bunch of that. Hopefully, you never know. But maybe we're all looking for it. Maybe it's got like get worse before it gets better, and that's what's happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
Expression, but still, maybe something to it at some points.
Dave.
Donald Trump is. Is Dave sleeping? No, he's. It's kind of, I can't see, but yeah. Hello.
Are you falling asleep?
I can't. I got a little small screen.
David. That's not normal for you. You better be joking.
Dave, man.
I'll be sleeping in a minute.
Should we just hang up and...
Hey, Dave, man. Hey, get up, buddy. Get up, buddy. Hey, just manage this video here before you doze off or anything. You pulled a snork. No, I'm sorry, sir.
That's
but
just
yeah, maybe I think it's time to call it. Time to call it, man. You all right there?
Huh?
You all right, man? You just dozing off?
Yeah, I'm wonderful.
All right, man. So, okay. Yeah, I guess we should call it, man, or something.
Yeah, you go to bed, David. I mean, Dave.
Get some water. We'll chat another time. All right, bye.
Dave, stop doing that.
What?
Go get the hell to bed. Okay, good night. I'm gonna say good night, so he'll go to bed. Go
Okay.
snuggle up with your wife.
Take care, guys. Good night.
Uh,
Good night.